Alright, haulers, hello and welcome back to a very snowy Sweden in Euro Truck Simulator 2. We are back at our home garage, heading out right now, still decked out in all of our holiday stuff because I haven't taken it off yet. But you'll notice I'm actually in a new truck. I did pick us up a Scania S. I sold off our Scania T. Just needed to change it up, get into something newer, something nicer. And you'll probably see a lot more of this coming soon. I'm going to probably be doing a lot more driving in other trucks or other things, a lot of hauling different random stuff. So let me know. If there's a truck you want to see me drive, by all means, let me know. I can't promise anything. And my turn signal's broken, apparently. That was not legit at all. Like I said, I can't promise anything, but I would love, if I can get in here without getting into an accident, to do more of that. Do more random stuff. I know that the Tesla Cybertruck has just hit the workshop, it seems. So if you want to see that, let me know. The problem is I wanted to do that, but I did say I wanted to haul gifts on this episode, and I also... The Cybertruck, I guess, it's completely silent, because, I mean, it's an electric vehicle. So it's going to be a silent drive, not hauling any cargo, which kind of defeats the purpose of, I guess, a video. And I don't know if it's going to be too quiet. I've never experienced that. That's going to be weird for sure. I'm going to go ahead and leave the parking brake on here for just a minute so I can reset myself. Alright, had to get a few sneezes out of the way. I don't know what that's about, but every time I go to start recording now I have that. But, nevertheless, we're going to go ahead and we're going to hit the road. This is going down to Malmo. I don't know if it's Malmo, Mamo, or how it's pronounced. Do forgive me on that. And, of course, you will know if you've been sticking around and watching the event that you're supposed to deliver, like, a certain amount to each location based on a star thing. So, like, I think it's 200 deliveries equals a star, and then each place gets, like, 5 stars, and after a star, it's full. Technically, where we're delivering this is full, but for whatever reason, they set up the contracts and didn't even bother to set it up in a way that once somewhere is full, it'll start redirecting them to elsewhere, which I kind of don't like. I wish they had set it up that way because the game is refusing to give me a trailer that's basically not going to somewhere full. Any trailer I have right now is either going to somewhere that's full. Wow. That didn't take long. My throat's dying. Is either going to somewhere that is full or is going to somewhere that's going to require an hour worth of travel, which obviously when I'm recording a half-an-hour episode or so doesn't really work. Come on, people. Accidentally hit my high beams there trying to hit my thing. But yeah, I hope everyone had a great holiday, well, great few weeks of holidays or whatever you guys did. Or if you didn't celebrate the holidays, I still hope you had a great few weeks. Personally, I celebrate Christmas not as a religious thing. I'm not religious at all, but I just enjoy that kind of time. I'm a little bit more on the bah humbug side of things, but I really don't have family to celebrate with, so we really didn't do that. We did a little bit, but not much. For me, the holidays was a lot of trying to catch up and do a bunch of random stuff around the house, or dealt with a myriad of technical issues. If you've been in my Discord, you know that just to record this episode has been an absolute nightmare for me. For whatever reason, I don't know if you guys are seeing that. My lights seem like they're flashing, and I don't know if, like, my pedals somehow got connected to my lights or something. I'll have to see if that's just me losing my mind. My turn signal refuses to turn off again. But, yeah, really, it's just been one issue after another, personally. My computer, I took my computer apart and completely cleaned it. It was disgusting. I hadn't cleaned it for a couple of months, and the amount of dust in this house is insane. I mean, or in this apartment is just, it's nuts. And it doesn't help that we have two animals that are very, very furry and like to share the wealth, apparently. And so that was fun. And then upon getting it cleaned up and putting it back together, I started having this issue where I would load up into a game and it would beep at me. I would hear beeps 4 times, and I have a Corsair headset. My Corsair headset beeps a certain amount of times to say, okay, the battery's dying, or we haven't heard any activity, we're gonna shut off, or things like that. But I had never heard this before, so I was like, what the heck? So I did some research, and it turns out it's an like what's called an AMI BIOS code or something like that with my BIOS, which is basically saying, okay, 4 beeps, I think is what it is. There's an error with either my RAM or with the motherboard or something like that. And so I ended up taking that apart again, and in the process, I took out everything, my graphics card, my RAM, and my Elgato, put them all back in, make sure they were reseated, make sure they were all cleaned, all that fun stuff, and booted it up. It worked perfectly, and I went to record. That's great. Well, I guess Windows counted it as a restart and an update, and Windows likes to go behind my back, and I don't think I've seen other people have this issue too. They automatically update all of my audio settings. And I actually use these things called audio cables to help split my audio up. If you're looking to make videos, definitely check out audio cables because they make a huge difference. But because of that, I don't, the audio that you guys are hearing and that I'm hearing isn't actually playing through my headset. My headset's just cutting into it so that I can hear the game. But my desktop audio, this is going to be so confusing to people who haven't dealt with this before. My desktop audio basically isn't through my headset, it's through one of these pipelines, and then my headset's connected to the pipeline so that I can hear it. But the pipeline goes from my computer to OBS. That's it, and acts as my desktop audio source. When Windows does their updates or restarts like that, it resets all of it back, changes up my audio source, and basically the only thing that worked was my microphone. It didn't pick up the game at all, so I did almost an hour's worth of driving trying to record twice, and came to find out afterwards when I was reviewing the footage that it had actually not had any audio. So I guess I got the equivalent of what I would expect the Tesla Cybertruck video to be, where it was just a lot of me talking and no background noise from the game, which that was kind of funny. What is going on here, people? Come on. But yeah, so it's been all kinds of fun here, that's for sure. So I do apologize. I was away for quite a bit. A lot of that was just dealing with technical issues, just, trying not to kill people. What are you doing, you idiot? God. And then of course they speed up now like nothing's going on. Yeah, it's been a heck of a few weeks. So we're back. Welcome to 2020. This is hopefully going to be the year to remember. My goal for this year, obviously I don't really believe in the whole like resolution thing, because I'm one of those people that has a bad habit of like making a resolution but then just not sticking to it. I've tried to be better about making goals just in general, not specifically pertaining to like, oh, it's this year, I'm going to do this, or stuff like that. I have goals and deadlines and things that I want to meet personally, and this year, I would like to hit 1,000 subs. That is my hope for this channel. Personally, I would like to do some stuff to kind of make sure that I'm taking care of my health a little more. Number one on my priority list personally is my social life. I miss my friends in real life. I don't get to see them very often because they live pretty far away. And that's definitely something I want to do. I want to get out more, go see them, go... The best part is, you know, one of my friends has his own shop. He's always doing something new and getting his hands dirty in some new project. And he's very welcoming to say, hey, come down and help me with this. So it gives me an opportunity where I'm stuck in an apartment, I can't get my hands dirty on a project, and you know, I don't have anywhere, I don't have a garage to work in, I can't even work on something outside. But then I get the freedom to go down and, you know, not only do I get to chill with my friend and have a great time. I mean, last time I went down, it was hilarious. We were cracking jokes the whole time. It was a lot of fun. But it gives me an opportunity to work on something more physical. Whereas, like, with editing, you don't, like, there's a huge difference for me between cranking a wrench and moving a mouse, if that makes any sort of sense. I'm very much the kind of person where I grew up outside in the dirt. I was always working on something. Every weekend I was at my grandfather's and we were building something, we were riding around on an ATV. I mean, it was always some kind of project. I mean, gardening or building a deck or going to a buddy's house and helping him with something, or just all these little random things. And I mean, my father, though I don't deal with him, he's not a part of my life anymore. He was a carpenter for a long time, so I grew up surrounded by tools and buy physical things. I used to go to my grandmother's too all the time and work over there. Every fall was wood splitting time, or every spring, every fall was wood splitting time. We'd go out, we'd get logs, we'd cut them up, split them up, and just rows and rows and rows of firewood. All this stuff, because I think we aged them. I know that sounds stupid, but I think we would let them sit for a little bit, let them dry out and that sort of thing. But I mean, there was always something to work on, always something to do, and not having that lately has been very tough because, you know, YouTube for me is a hobby. I don't do YouTube for money. I don't do anything for that. I would love to get paid. I mean, because that would mean that I could turn my hobby into a job, just in the same way that I was doing that with graphic design, where graphic design was something I used to do on the side, and it slowly turned into a job, really. And but the reason I'm here isn't because of money. I just love videos. I love making these things. I've been doing it for years just for the fun of it. I mean, I don't, well, I guess I can't say that anymore because I actually had my first patron ever. Shout out, you know who you are. That means a lot to me. It really does. Like, basically, it's people telling me, like, hey, I appreciate what you do enough that I want to see more of it and support you along the way, and that means a lot. So definitely shout out to that person. You know who you are. But, you know, for me, my biggest hobby was getting my hands dirty. For a long time, I mean, if you guys have seen my Wreckfest series, you'll hear me talk about working on mud mowers, working on that sort of thing, racing lawnmowers. I used to do that a lot. I actually had 2 lawnmowers that I was swapping parts on and making new things and building them to take them off-roading and stuff. And I know how redneck that sounds, but to me it was a lot of fun, you know. There's nothing I enjoy more than getting to tear something down, clean it up, fix it, rebuild it, and know that I made this thing work, I made it work better, you know, whatever. There's just, I love that, and not being able to do that has been killer. So it's been really good to get out and do that, and that's one of my biggest goals, is to get out and do that more. And I do apologize. You're probably gonna hear a little more cuts than usual. For whatever reason, I struggle with like I say a lot more than I should, so I do apologize for that. I'm just trying to like get my thoughts in the right space, I guess. But yeah, that's kind of my goals for this year. What are you guys' goals? Like, what are you hoping to accomplish? You know, it doesn't have to be for the whole year. What do you want to do this month? What do you want to do this week, you know? Let me know. I definitely want to hear it. And I wish you guys all the best and all the luck you have to get whatever you want to get done. And go from there. But on the other side of this stuff, I do have a few updates for you guys. With my content, I've been really trying to figure out, like, something's bugging me with my videos. I want to change it. I want to change my content altogether. And I'm thinking about a couple of things. The first is thumbnails. We'll start with thumbnails and then move on to other stuff. My thumbnails, I think this is my exit. Yeah, this is. My thumbnails, I have the corner emblem on the top left, and I have the number of what episode. And as much as I love having that, for me personally, it feels cluttery. I don't like having it. People like Iowan Farmer, Jeff Favignano, stuff like that, where they have those nice, clean thumbnails where it's basically just a picture. I love that. I love that kind of thumbnail. It just feels so much cleaner to me, and it's where I want to start moving in that. I want to start moving in that direction. I would say that even picking between Jeff and Iowan Farmer, and if you like farming content in real life, check out Iowan Farmer. He's one of the most well-spoken and, you know, friendly dudes in farming on the internet. Like, he's like super nice and makes some really good content for farming and stuff like that. Definitely check him out. But yeah, his thumbnails are some of my favorite. I mean, they're so clean. And I think I'm gonna start changing that up. If, you know, for whatever reason, like, say you use those numbers to differentiate episodes or something, let me know. But because I already put everything in a playlist, I don't think it makes a difference to keep them anymore. I think I'm going to start removing episode numbers from my titles and removing episode numbers from my thumbnails. And that frees me up too, you know, doing that. I'm not going to be doing... You know, I'm still debating on this. Like I said, like, keep in mind that I'm not 100% sure what I'm doing with that stuff. But it frees me up to do more stuff like this or other videos. I know with my International Lone Star video, you know, it was very out of the ordinary for me because it's very much one truck, a let's play, that sort of thing. I don't really want to, excuse me, do let's play anymore. Oh, I apologize about that. Holy crap, I just had to cough really, really bad. That snuck up on me. I don't know where that came from. But I don't really want to be doing just Let's Play. Don't get me wrong, I love Let's Play. Let's Play is what I grew up on. But there's a few things. One, I don't know if the audience is really there anymore. I know there's you guys, for sure. But being more... I would consider myself a variety creator, because I don't play one game, you know? If I could make videos on Farm Sim 7 days a week, I would. But I don't want to. I want to play all these other games. I want to make this content on things that I enjoy doing too. Otherwise, what's the point, you know? And with that, I think I'm going to start venturing more into content that isn't strictly Let's Play, but also gives me the opportunity to, say, make a video that's about the Cybertruck, or, you know, say a new mod comes out, I can showcase that new mod or something like that, just to check out cool new things, have some new experiences, and add some more variety to what I think has become a very monotone channel. I don't want my channel to be... I don't know how to describe this. I don't want my channel to be one flavor that is kind of mediocre. I'd like to mix it up a little bit. I'd like to have random stuff, you know? Who knows what'll come down the road. And, you know, that sort of thing. So, expect some changes coming on that front. I don't know how long it's not been raining and I've not been paying attention, but... Or not been snowing. Oh, turn off. But the other thing too, so thumbnails, with my YouTube content, I'm going to be looking, with making those more random videos, I'm going to probably be pulling some stuff out of the rotation. Right now, I follow a very strict schedule, like an order. So, Wreckfest, ETS2, The Hunter, ATS, Farm Sim, Flashing Lights. That's the order. I'm not going to be doing that anymore. I'm going to try and stick to somewhat of an order, but instead of doing just that now, I'm going to be actually removing some stuff. So, things like The Hunter. I love playing The Hunter. I really, really love it. But it gets repetitive, and it takes forever to record. At least with Farm Sim, if there is a project I'm doing in Farm Sim that takes 3 hours in real time, which the last few times it's been 3 hours worth of recording, then I can either time-lapse it, or there's some kind of, like, payoff, if that makes sense. But there's none of that with The Hunter. It's very much a lot of sitting and being quiet and waiting. And, you know, obviously I'm already impatient, so that doesn't help. But when I just don't have the ability to put that much time into something right now. And honestly, doing it single player, I love doing the missions, but the missions in The Hunter have become very much same shit, different day, and I'm kind of tired of it. It's always someone's dying, someone's unhappy, some melodramatic story, you know, I don't know if melodramatic's right word, just dramatic in general, I guess. So I'm just not really interested in it anymore. So what I'll probably be doing is, from now on, I'll only be posting content on it as there's an update or something like that. So that's the first part of it. And then with American Truck Sim and Euro Truck Sim, I'm going to be doing something different as well. With the two of them, so Euro Truck and American Truck, normally it would be Euro Truck, The Hunter, American Truck. Well, The Hunter's going to be gone, and I don't want to post these things back to back. But also, there's just not as big an audience as there used to be for these games. So what I'm going to be dropping it down to is a rotating thing. So every other week, it'll be either Euro Truck... Okay, how do I explain this? I'm doing Euro Truck this week. That means next week will be American Truck, and then the week after that, Euro Truck. Or if there's an update, I might do multiple. But basically, I'm opening myself up to more freedom to be able to do more. Excuse me, I got hiccups. God damn it. Oh, the minute I go to record, it's always great. But that's kind of the game plan here is that sort of stuff. So definitely keep that in mind. There's going to be a lot more new stuff coming and a little more freedom. So definitely, like, let me know what you guys want to see. But be aware that some of how I do things is changing, and hopefully for the better. That's kind of my goal for this, is to make everything better in the long run. I want to be able to... Come on. I want to go into backwards. That's what I want. I want to go into backwards. That's the technical term. It's not reverse, it's backwards. I want to make my content as great as I can make it, and right now I think I've set myself up for failure, so that's going to be something. And then last but not least, streaming. For those of you that were around during the holidays, I actually streamed, I think it was 10 hours on Christmas Eve, and then in the last couple of weeks, oh shit. In the last couple of weeks, I've actually streamed a few hours here and there with some people driving on American Truck or stuff like that. And I know I've mentioned it before, I want to do streaming more. And with that, I have a couple of questions for you guys. The first one is, what do you want to see? All that sort of thing. You'll notice now, too, in my descriptions, you'll find my Twitch. I actually am linking that now. I know you guys are probably confused. It's like, I thought you hate Twitch. I don't hate Twitch. I have a strong dislike for them and how they handle some things, but they're definitely, there's no real competitor to them. YouTube and Mixer just don't stand up to what Twitch does. I like Mixer, I really like Mixer, but it's too small and they just don't provide what I like. They're too strict on some things, and that is that. So, is what it is. YouTube streaming sucks. YouTube needs to step up their game. I'm not even going to get into specifics on that. But I'm going to be making a third channel, potentially. That's what I want to ask. I know people like Jeff, or I think Squirrel has one too, people like that, archive their footage. So after a stream, put the whole stream up on YouTube if you want, and that way people can come watch it. Do you guys want to see me archive the footage? Do you want to see me do funny moments from the streams, or do you want to see both? Personally, I'll probably be doing both. I'm gonna be starting up another channel. Obviously, the second channel, like this channel and the second channel, are gonna be the main things for me doing stuff. I would love to do everything under one channel, but then I'd be posting, 10 videos a week. That's more than one a day. It just doesn't make sense. It's going to be too much. So I'm spreading it out, basically. But the third channel will basically be purely an archive. It will not be heavily maintained like the first two. It will just be there to kind of put stuff on. But let me know if you guys want to see that. Obviously, if you don't, then I might just look at just getting rid of the stream content altogether and putting, like, funny moments VODs up on Twitch or something. I don't know how people use VODs on Twitch. I don't like them at all. But that's kind of where I'm at with that sort of thing. And hopefully, doing all of this, one, I'd like to start streaming at least once a week, if not more. I know that Wes, the Mess 88, I've just started doing some stuff with him. I've been watching him for a while. My good buddy Eric actually showed him to me, and I actually did some driving with Wes, had a great time. Wes is a really funny dude, and it turns out, I guess he does Apex Legends once a week, something like that, and so I think that's Sunday nights, so I might start streaming Apex every Sunday night, which I know is probably insane, because I know I've said in the past I'm never going to play a Battle Royale game, but here I am, and it's subpar, for sure, but is what it is. But yeah, so that's kind of that side of things too. So keep that stuff in mind. But I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to drop this trailer, and then we'll be back in just a minute. But yeah, that's going to be it for today. Obviously, my biggest thing was back in the day, I miss the days of being able to drive with my friends and all of the mods that we were always sharing around and all the interesting stuff we used to do on this game. So definitely expect me to start doing more mod stuff. But obviously, probably rotating out different truck sim stuff, and being able to spread my move into some more interesting things. And definitely let me know what you want to see, games, stuff like that. I'm always looking for new things, so if you come up across a small indie game or something, by all means hit me up and let me know in Discord. But yeah, that's going to be it. If you guys enjoyed the video, go ahead and leave a like. If you didn't, you know what to do. If you really, really liked it, please consider subscribing, and you can always hit that notification bell to get notified every single time I upload. In the description below, you can find links to my Discord if you'd like to join and hang out with the crew, my Patreon if you'd like to support me further, my social medias, or you can find me on social media at LonghaulerGMG on Snapchat, Twitter, Twitch, and Instagram. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.